Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are live. Riding around Chambersburg here. Let's see. A little bit going on. I don't know if anyone's heard, but the Milky Way is closing down. Heard a couple things, but the main thing was that they can't hire anybody. Once again, it's the problem we keep running into. But yeah, the Milky Way is closing down. They say this within weeks or something like that. But I don't know about most people, but it was always a place we went to. When we went up to the Gap, we would go to the Milky Way afterwards. But Milky Way, a pretty popular place. So if you haven't gotten there lately, you might want to stop by before it closes up. In fact, I might get by there myself real soon, hopefully. I see we have somebody on board today. Yep, just driving around Chambersburg. Drop that comment in there and we'll try to. Oh, we lost him. Well, it's all good. Back and forth. The video may drop or such. It looks like I'm having an issue with connectivity today. There we go. But yeah, Milky Way closing. Been a few crimes in the area I've seen, but we're not going to get into that. And I noticed the borough, it keeps coming up in conversation about the borough putting out surveys about where we're going in the future. As you can see here right down by the police station, borough building, they're still working on it, but we're getting closer to being done. Almost there. They don't have the scaffolding around anymore. And up there on the top of the building, you can see, looks like copper. They got that really sharp up there. Yeah, they're digging for something. I'm guessing they're expanding something. Yeah. All right. Go up here. We're going to take a lap through downtown. Then I'll probably head out towards Gateway. Gateway, excuse me. See what's going on there. It's lunchtime, so there's definitely some traffic downtown. And anybody drops a comment or such, I apologize, but while I'm driving, I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road. Here. And as always, if you'd like to give this a thumbs up if you like it, I appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe, we're trying to do more content as this. And I want to work on a daily or weekly show, but there's a bunch involved as far as making it work with my schedule with everything. I have two boys I raise. I'm a single father, just what you wanted to know. Yes, they're both going to school right now, so this is more of a time where I'm able to get together with everyone and say hi and discuss what's going on around the area. But yeah, a lot of changes going on, and we have the 676 project. It seems to have a lot of people unhappy. There's construction going on all over Chambersburg and the surrounding area, just lots and lots of houses and apartment buildings going up. But I think traffic in general is increasing, but maybe that's just me. I do feel like it has got, oh, get around him here. There we go. But yeah, I do think it's it's going to increase, but they're talking, they're trying to work on infrastructure. I'm actually thinking about trying to go catch one of the meetings and see what I can see. But yeah, there's meetings for that. There's a couple of meetings going on between the 676, the infrastructure meetings. So if you're looking to get involved, now's the time within the next couple weeks, month or so, 2 months, that these things are happening. So if you want to have a say, I'd have it. Check out your particular subject of choice and things going on. Now, as far as events, things to do over at Capitol Theater, something about moonshine, and well, we'll be going by here in a second, but it's some sort of an event. I don't know if it's actually like a play or such, or they're actually going to be drinking and having a little party. I'm not sure. I have to check into that. I just saw it earlier this morning when I drove by. Greencastle is actually having a little bit of a music festival. Well, I shouldn't say a little bit. Sounds really cool. That's coming up, I believe, in April. I'll try to keep everybody apprised on that soon enough. Yeah, here it is. This Saturday, Mountain Music and Moonshine. Talks about tickets. But what mountain music and moonshine is, I have no idea. But if you're into it, go check it out. I imagine. Let me know what you thought. Me personally, it's just not my thing, and I can't drink anyways with my condition. It's not good for me. Don't you love that stuff? You get older and everything you had enjoyed, enjoy, whatever you want to say, it's not as good for you, or it's just not good for you anymore. All right, so I'll make this lap up here. There's South Street, the old Coca-Cola building. That's a school district building now, I believe. I guess it's historic. See here. Now we're turning, but up here on the corner, the car wash is still there. The building that had the old convenience store years and years ago actually has another convenience store again, and there's a hair salon place. So it's nice to see that building get filled again. This. All right, make a turn. Well, coming to a stop sign, see what I can see. Okay, nope, back to green again. So, if nothing else, I really would love to hear from people how you enjoy the Friday night live, not Friday night, no, it's Friday live stream, as far as just rolling around Chambersburg and talking in general about stuff. It gives people a chance to put in their 2 cents, either live or in comments later on. Either way, so coming back up here again. We saw this earlier. Right lane closed. They're still working on the building, borough building up here. Still never get used to everybody wearing masks still after everything is said and done, but they are. It's their choice, of course. Me personally, I don't see the need anymore. I even saw a thing on one news channel was talking about the effectiveness was little to none, but it's a personal choice. Somebody wants to wear it, but in some places you have no choice still, which amazes me. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, we have to exist, and if that means putting on a mask to conduct your business, and I guess that's the choice that's made for you. But there we go. Let's see here. Seen a couple fire ambulance. There's a fire truck. I guess something just happened. Yeah, a couple of them out here. They're washing them up. They look good. All right, let's go over to Gateway. I could park for a minute, talk on some stuff. Perhaps next week we'll do the live stream right from the square or somewhere. I don't know, square. Or what I would really like to do is sit in one of the restaurants, fast food, something, just hang out and do the live stream from there. I think that would be cool. Hang out right by the window and just point it out on the street, talk about whatever we're going to talk about. But trying to give it a little variety. That's why I like to do the drive around at least for the first part or all of it. But unfortunately, it really doesn't allow me to sit down with the topics and go over that. Okay. But live streaming over lunch, I could see where some people, and that's what I kind of playing around time, but I could see where some people would be able to watch it during the lunch break. I could see where others, like when I used to work out at Shippensburg, we had a half an hour for lunch. We had to drive to go get food. So we were pretty much pedal to the proverbial metal the whole way, going as fast as we could legally, of course. Wink, wink. But yeah, trying to get there in time to get our food and wolf it down and get back to work because that's just the way it is, or the way it was. Different story now, the way I work now. But then I'd worked in a, I guess you would call it a factory. I've had a couple of those jobs. Don't really recommend them. I don't really hate them. I mean, depending on the job, depending on the employer, it's not such a horrible thing. Plenty of warehouses around here. I haven't really worked for a warehouse. One place I had factory. Well, I guess all the factories have sort of a warehouse atmosphere because you have to go get your stuff or someone brings it to you, or it depends. Like I say, I've had some jobs, but I know people that have jobs, multiple jobs every year in and out, which their choice. Me personally, I am not a fan of filling out an application. I've had at least two jobs where I've filled it out, virtually on a napkin. And I had another job where we were just talking and they said, "You want a job?" I said, "Yeah." Eventually, later on, when they needed to start putting in my tax information and stuff, they were asking me right on the fly. Really, I'm the kind of guy who will work for an independent more than I would a corporate place. I've worked for plenty of corporate, feels like, or at least time wise. There's advantages to it. And I even worked at Citibank for a while, which is becoming a thing of the past. I still see the buildings down there, but I don't think much of anything is going on in them. Yeah, it's been years since I worked at Citibank. I do not recommend it. I mean, I had an okay job and such, but yeah, Citibank, I mean, it's a big employer for the area. I believe 2,500 or so jobs at a time. I mean, of course, it was 3 shifts and 2 buildings, not counting the daycare building and such. So you didn't really run into people as much. I passed my place I was heading. So I'll have to turn once I get up here. But yeah, a lot of people would say, I know so and so work there, you know them. And the truth is, you run into people. I mean, but at any given time, you know, you might actually talk to maybe 25, 30 people a day, even in a building where there's hundreds of people. You just don't have a ton of interaction. But yeah, I would truly rather be in something more face to face versus being on the phone ever again. That's a long day, long evening, whatever. But there's so many places hiring, especially around here. I see plenty of places hiring. Now, the one thing I've noticed though, and I'm hearing this more and more, just a rumor maybe, but still hearing it, that some places have the hiring sign up, but they're not actually hiring anybody. And there's at least 1 or 2 places where I know that to be true because of the people I know. But yeah, the hiring sign is up. You can put all the applications you want in there. You can be as experienced as you want. No one is going to hire you. Then there's other places where that can't be true because there's so many people missing. You'd think that a business could not just operate with tons of people coming in, but not really able to buy anything. But I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Maybe I just don't understand the whole deal. But you would think, sorry, a little windy. You would think that as far as hiring and firing goes, that there has to be a way to get the people these places need enough to handle the flow of such. The last time I was in the hospital, I was actually in there for an extra 3 days locally, Chambersburg, because they did not have enough people to do the procedures and such that I needed done, which really was inconvenient to say the least. Where are we going to park? I do not know. Oh, let's park here. There we and we couldn't go anywhere. They had to do they had to shock me and bring me back into rhythm, which I'd had done a couple other times. The very first time, you know, in and out. Second time, almost as fast. The third time, when we got down below, there was hardly anybody down there, hardly, you know, any employees available to do things. There was only a couple rooms. The first time, the second time I went there, the place was packed like a drive-in in 1960, I imagine, on a Friday night. Just packed full of people in beds getting ready to get procedures done. All right, just checking something here. let's take a look at some news. We can add something to the conversation, I hope. Okay. Well, that sucks. Looks like on Twitter they're talking about the Chambersburg Police Department is looking for a 17-year-old girl. Let's bring that up. Yep, 17-year-old girl's missing, and that's reported. Actually, it's reported on the 21st. Hopefully, she's been found. Let's see here. There was a borough worker 2 days ago, apparently, that was seriously injured while on their routine work assignment by 3 dogs. The owner was at the scene and cooperated. The dogs are licensed, and the entire workforce of the borough sends their prayers and good wishes. Which, yeah, absolutely. We hope that works out for that poor employee just going to do their job. And allegedly, I wasn't there, allegedly attacked by 3 dogs on person's property. What else? What else? Just looking here. No, 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 no. Man was pronounced dead. A single vehicle crash. Some more stuff off of Twitter. Yeah, in Chambersburg. Yeah, it's saying one dead after single vehicle crash in Franklin County. See if I can get some more information on that here. According to state police, on February 13th, around 7:30 p.m., 32-year-old Kyle Herden was driving south on Mountain Road in Chambersburg. And it says he, for unknown reasons, had crossed over in the northbound lane. Excited the highway. Oh, not excited, excuse me. Exited the highway through the northbound shoulder. And the Honda CR250, which that's a motorcycle, apparently landed at the base of a tree. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Well, but a CR250, I think, is a motorcycle. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's take a look at that here. 1994 Honda CR250. Take 1 second. Yeah, it's a dirt bike. You wouldn't wear a seatbelt on a dirt bike that I'm aware of. I've never heard of such a thing. Yeah, that's a dirt bike. See, even I knew that. What else do we have here? Take a look. Um, Pull something up. See, that's why I need to do a sit down deal. That way, well, more of a whole sit down deal. That way we don't miss anything. Just checking Facebook, talking about lost pets and such. Well, that's old news, talking about people passing counterfeit cash and the like. Okay. Oh, there's some Amazon thing going around the Chambersburg Police Department we're talking about. They were warning people about basically if it sounds too good to be true, don't buy it. Don't get into it. When people are asking for your money, you should check into it a little bit further. Just a piece of advice. Excuse me. Here we go. And bridge project resumes next week on Route 997 in Franklin County. See here, they're resurfacing just over 5 miles of bridge or 5 miles of road and bridge on Route 997 Black Cap from Route 30 to 81 in Green Township, weather permitting. There's a contractor doing tree trimming. They're doing drainage upgrades. And there's going to be flagging, of course. They were working on that last week, I think, when I was up there. Travelers are reminded to be alert for these operations, obey work zone signs, slow down when approaching, as well for the safety of the road crews. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see here. You can check conditions by checking www.511pa.com, which is free and available 24 hours a day. Well, that's nice. Give me 1 second here. Oh, no. Sorry about that. I had to mute it. I had to cough. Didn't want to blow anybody's eardrums out. Just looking. I don't see any other news local. Most of what I'm seeing is further out of town. Notice there's been some retail theft and such going on there, which not good. Not sure what to tell anybody to do about that. I guess keep your eyes open. Don't be anywhere near them. You don't want to have their trouble because they're going to get in trouble doing stuff like that. Okay. Oh, there's one on Facebook where someone's saying they've found a tick already this year. Yeah, this back and forth between cold and warm weather, I imagine it's going to keep bringing stuff like that out. And see here, here's an article about Maxie's Brew House saying that they're going to have Turner Baker live. Got to be honest with you, I have, oh, it's in Shippensburg. That explains it. Don't get by there much. But yeah, they're going to have them live apparently 2/24, which is tonight from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And that's on 104 West Bird Street in Shippensburg. There's overflow parking apparently at the corner of Fayette and Bird Street. What else do we have? Let's see here. Something called Legends Movie Magic at Authentic Community Theater Incorporated. Never heard of that. Let's take a look further. No, I have to look that up online. It's onstage.tickets. Okay. Yeah, there's the town deal talking about the third survey on non-clothing retail business interest. So you can actually get online there. I should drop a link. I can't do it right now, but possibly later tonight, I'll put a link in the description talking about these surveys that you can get a part of, find out different things they're trying to bring in here. I do see someone's talking about an arcade, someone's talking about a play zone. Um, Someone's talking about a ceramic studio. So different things people would like to see come into the area. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, the one thing is when you go downtown, you see thrift shops and you see tobacco stores, but you see that everywhere. Now there's a bunch of little convenience stores and such, which is fine. I guess you need a little bit of everything, but yeah, it would be nice to see some other variety. I mean, once upon a time we had a pool hall. We did have an arcade down there. We had an arcade slash pool hall. There's been, but I really, yeah, that place Mikey's Donuts there on the square. That's interesting. There's a few eateries and such. What I'd like to see is something like well, there's the one place, it was a pizza place. It's now a Mexican restaurant, I believe. There's a couple of them in the downtown. Also good. I miss Tito's. It's been a while. It is Monterey Jack fries. I don't know if you ever been there when they were open, but yeah, the pork tacos, the Monterey Jack fries, that was good stuff. Um, I would like to see what I would call, like micro restaurants. I don't know if you remember, but they had these the fries etc. out at the mall. I love that place. I know it's not the best for you as far as health and such, but I did love going to that place. It's really tasty. You could have a baked potato, some fries, a drink. But yeah, something like that would be nice down there. I would say a hobby shop, but we had Uptown Sales and they went out of business there by the square. So, but that was a big place if you remember it. As far as what other kind of businesses that would work there, even I would say a flower shop or something, but you know, I don't really buy flowers, so I guess I don't really know anything about that. What else? It would be interesting. And I say this because there's a decent amount of people that live within the town area. There was these things online that really picked up because of the pandemic. But basically, what they were, or it was, you'd have this space, right? And it was a community workspace, and you pay so much a month for a desk. And basically, what they're doing is, in some cases, they actually even had like a person working the front. And some cases, you'd have your own little office. Other cases, it would just be a desk or cubicle, but you'd pay a certain amount of money to, to rent to be there. So if you had a job in customer service or if you had a job working in IT or something like that, and you didn't have the space at home or you didn't want to work at home, you wanted to work away from home, because the truth is it's kind of hard to separate these things when you're working at home. From what I've heard and from what I dealt with personally. So with that being the case, that's what somebody would do. They would just take one of these spaces and they would open it up. They'd put a bunch of cubicles in there, or they make it into offices and such, put somebody up front, and that's it. You'd have internet available. Everybody'd have an internet line, maybe even have cable as far as regular TV goes, and they charge them a certain amount or whatever they do. Truthfully, I'd probably do streaming, but yeah, something like that. I mean, it's just one business, but it would be something, professional atmosphere. It brings more people to the downtown. It provides a service for people that would like to, work from home, but not exactly from home, but take advantage of having all the, say you'd have like a T1 line available or at least a high speed connection. That would be nice. Because you do that at home, you have a certain amount of cost, and maybe with that type of atmosphere, decent sized storefront, maybe they only charge you, I don't know, say $200, $300 a month, 150, $100 a month. I have no idea. You'd have to really break it down. The point is, it sounds like a lot, but it would all be deductible. I've really gotten into that. But there's other things you could do too. I do the ceramic thing, the pottery thing. That's interesting. They've already got one of these craft shops around and does, and you could do even cooking classes or something. Have somebody down there put a dance studio. I know they've had a couple of those in the area. They're pretty popular. The problem is with the dance studio, though, because I work near the one, everybody's really cool. That's not where I have the beef with. It's the parking. Literally, the lot, all the parking in the immediate area is completely flooded with parents and grandparents and friends and family all trying to see little Lisa or, you know, I don't know, I'm just grabbing names, little Joni or Chachi, not Chachi, that's not a girl, but you get the idea. So downtown might not be the place for that because you got to find a way for these people to be able to go see their people. But there's other things, and like I say, I think that's what that survey is about, is bringing it in. So I like the fact that they're trying. What I would like to do is go to like a place like Frederick or something. Downtown in that area, it's more of a walkable space. Even up in Reading, the last time I was there was more of a walkable space. But different, what I would say, small to mid city-ish type places. Go take a look and see what their downtown's like, because these people basically they're fighting to bring the good there and push out the let's face it, the problems. They want to bring in the happy people, bring the downtown, bring the vibrance. So that's the kind of stuff you want to see. I think downtown could use more of even a facelift would help too. And there's facelifts here and there around downtown, but there's things that could be changed or done. Like even I don't have an electric car, but you'd think even some electric, recharging stations would be nice. And of course, charge for them. I mean, you got to charge for it. I'm not saying you can't, but stuff like that. That'd bring people in. I'd like to even see a parking garage in the future, but that's one thing I could get behind when it comes to spending money. Don't spend millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars when half the town is against it. I mean, of course, ask people, put it to a vote, but it's going to be hard to pull certain things in if you don't have that infrastructure established. But as far as smaller things go, where you're just pulling people from downtown and the occasional other people, well, there's things. There's things. What else is weird? There's no medical help downtown that I can. Well, the one church has a free clinic or something, I believe, but I would think it would be interesting to have any doctor's offices, regular doctor's offices downtown. I don't see any of that. That could be a parking issue again, but there's plenty of lawyers and stuff when you got the courthouse there. But as far as other types of doctors and stuff, I don't see it. And there's plenty of people that live in the downtown area. And of course, you're leaving downtown and outward to go find help. That's all. I mean, we do have the transit going now, the Rabbit, also a good thing. All right. I've kind of rambled on for a bit here, but it's been a good Friday. We've had a discussion. Well, more of me orating my thoughts and opinions. Talked about a little bit of news, a little bit about what's going on and coming up. Very little, but working on more of that soon. Like I said, if you got any comments, you got any interest, you think we don't need to worry about anything downtown or anything, That's fine. Hey, you got some ideas for it, drop it in the comments, especially if you don't plan on doing the survey. I'm going to try to get that link there by tonight down in the description below, possibly even in the comments. Depends where I'm at, as far as what I'm putting in. But that way, you can join in, add your opinion either here or there. Let them know. I mean, we really can't complain that we don't have things if we're not part of the discussion. You got to join in. I know you got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. We're busy. All of us are busy, but join in the discussion, say something, see something, say something, right? I mean, you know, be a part of it. It's not just my downtown, it's not just your downtown. It is everyone's downtown, right? So, with that, I am going to end this live stream. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And at the very least, I plan on seeing everybody Friday back here again for another one. And otherwise, maybe I'll finally get around to doing the regular show during the week. We'll see. Just a matter of taking care of timing constraints and such. Okay. All right, everyone, have a great one. We'll see you soon. Catch you later. Be good.